Hello people of YouTube, Mountbatten here again with a second impressions video of Roma. I have a little under 30 battles in her now, and I wanted to make a video about my experiences thus far, and of course the first game of the day, get up tier to tier 10. And this is where one of Roma's biggest weaknesses come out, which is the range of the main battery guns. You only get 18.1 kilometers, and there's no way to increase it. So, I've gone to sea because I don't want to be caught out in the open with a bunch of tier 10 battleships that have way more range than me. There's a cruiser grounded himself against the island. This is a perfect shot. He's barely moving. And most of the shells missed, and the ones that hit were overpins. Now, Roma has very good penetration. It's a small, heavy shell traveling very fast, so supposedly it's easy to penetrate armor, and because of that, you get a lot of overpins on cruisers. And here's the Yamato broadside, one bounce, and the rest went in the water. The dispersion on this ship is absolutely atrocious. Again, their shot at Yamato's angled, but whatever. I tried to aim for the superstructure, and look at that spread. Got one pin. Two overpins and bounce. Now, Roma did take that blast from Yamato very well. Have to give it to that for that. Again, broadside barely moving. If I get any decent pins here, I got the kill. I didn't get any decent pins. And someone else gets the kill. So here's cruiser, broadside, perfect. Any other battleship. Not in Roma. Again, another cruiser, he's angling, so I aim for his superstructure, and look at that dispersion. Got a couple of pins, they didn't do much. No, I just got one pin. Alright, he's opening up some, but unfortunately I just blasted him. Secondary's going off. She does have pretty good secondaries. They're not fully upgraded yet because I don't have the captain skill, the last captain skill for him. I'm going to die here anyway, the team's folded, so I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can. Take some blasts at the superstructure, and nothing really good. Now, because Roma has 15-inch guns, you can't pin through the bows of cruisers, especially tier 10 ones. And here, broadside New Orleans. This is what all battleship captains, this is what they live for. You line up, you hit delete, and then something goes wrong. Because of the dispersion and the overpin. Another cruiser is turning, but why not take a shot at him? Get an incapacitation and an overpin and another pin, but it's not doing a lot of damage for some reason. I think that pin was another module pin. There's their Roma. He's angled, so I aim for a superstructure. Blast away. And all these ships, they're not that far away because, first off, Roma doesn't have and it's a bounce. Roma doesn't have a very far range, as I said, and I get the little left top here. It's only 18.1 kilometers, which in tier 8 you can get away with that when you're in a tier 8 or a tier 7 battle or a tier 6 battle. You can get away with that, but in tier 9 and 10, because you can get up to that, you can't get away with it. Anyway, New Orleans is coming back around. Any amount of good pins, and I have the kill here again. No, over pins and bounces. So what you have to do when you get up tiered in Roma is find the islands and stay in there until the heart has been thinned out a little. Another cruiser, he's kind of far away by Roma standards, but I take the shot anyway. And doesn't even hit him. I believe that's their Roma. He's barely moving. Take the shot with the rear turret. Secondaries open up on a destroyer. I'll line up the front turrets with the destroyer. I don't think I even hit that Roma. Let the shells fly. Did alright damage to him just because he's a destroyer and he was kind of close. But the HE in this ship is also not worth writing home about. It's just not. There's no point in really using it. Magi gets torqued. Thankfully, I'm able to just steer out of the way. But yeah, the HE isn't really good. It's not really worth using. I think I've used it 4 or 5 times when there's only destroyers left on the enemy team. Okay, again, there Roma. He's charging our North Carolina. He is angled, but I let him fly anyway. And look at that dispersion. Look how far the shells fly apart. And yeah, bouncing over pin. Take another pot shot at him. He's sunk our North Carolina. Again, the dispersion is crazy. Now, if he turns here, so if I honestly think if he didn't turn, I wouldn't have got any of those shots. Another cruiser. It's kind of angled, but why not? Again, look at that dispersion. And look at that. This happens a lot in Roma. Your shells will be right on top of him in the mist. Okay, he's broadside. Blast him with the front turrets. Surprise torpedoes. And overpin. Now Roma has 40% torpedo damage reduction, but I don't know if it just hit the sweet spot or something, but there goes a quarter of my health. Okay, he's broadside, barely moving. I am above the waterline to try to get as much shells as I can on him, because like half of them going to the water, but it's just overpins, and he pops the smoke. And long story short, alright, new battle, another tier 8 battle. The turret pits, he's angled, but you know, might as well start lobbing shells at him. And none of them hit, and they were like scraping the paint off of his hull. Alright, he's broadside. German battleships eat penetrations. I know this. I love playing German battleships, so I know what they eat. And a bunch of overpins in one pin. 7,560 damage. Any other tier 8 battleship, that would have been like in at least the teens for damage. At this point I was wondering what our destroyers were doing. They were all in a line over here, and then I realized, wait, they're all Japanese destroyers and they're deploying their walls of skill. A massive wall of skill. Look at all those torpedoes, and that's only their first set each. I think Turpit's caught wind of this and he launched his spotter plane and he starts to turn away here in a second. Hindenburg was a little late though, but he still managed to avoid most of them, but yeah, takes one up the rudder. Second wave of torpedoes is launched. And since they forced him to turn broadside, I take a pot shot at him. Well, not really a pot shot, it was well aimed in my opinion, and look at that dispersion again. One overpin. And I derp into this island. Second wall of skill approaches the Hindenburg. No, it's not the Hindenburg, I'm sorry, the Prince Eugen. Unfortunately, I was trying to turn away from this island. Now, I do believe he manages to dodge all of them. He does a good job. Yeah, look at that. He dodged all those. But I think the flooding got him. Alright, again, broadside turrets, not that far away. Island needs the third turret's shells, and again, overpin and one pin out of 6 shells. Alright, again, turret pits is just selling broadside because I don't know if he's a dirt pits or he's just, again, one pin. Is that one? Yeah, just one pin and some overpins. Get Citadel. I don't know if he's just a dirt pits or I'm just not doing enough damage to him for him to care. Alright, destroyers kind of close. Getting overpin on him, but he's a destroyer, so it's damage is damage to them. Well, any amount of damage is significant to them because they have a smaller health pool. He pops his smoke, starts lobbing HE at me, and I'm trying to sail away again back into the A cap because I got all that red coming at me. Alright, there's a Pensacola. You can stare at a Pensacola and get a Citadel on it with any battleship, including Roma. Thank God I Citadel'd that. Which begs the question, because the reason it said that Roma overpins cruisers so much. He's broadside again. Will I do it again? No, they completely missed. The reason Roma overpins cruisers so much is because the shells have such a, and I die, and that was the end of that, because the shells have such good penetration, but Pensacola is made out of paper mache, yet I still get a Citadel on it. Where you say, well, you hit Citadel armor. Well, I hit the Citadel armor on several other cruisers in this video, as you have seen, and I still get overpins from medium to long and even close range. So, with the main guns being so inaccurate with their dispersion, so inconsistent with their dispersion, and the range, I can't really recommend buying it if you're looking to buy a tier 8 battleship. I can't recommend this over Turkets, which would be the one I would recommend you buy if you're looking to buy a tier 8 battleship. Unless you're just in love with the ship because of its history like Italia is. Or you're just, you just want to build up your Italian Navy captains, which, okay, yeah, it's fine for that. You're just don't expect a lot of damage out of it. Now, you can have good games in it, and I've had good games in it, but most of them are going to be like this. I've had over 100k games. You just have to roll with your buddies. You have to division up, roll with your buddies, or just stay with a group and pray you don't get up tiered. And just use cover, stick close to the islands. Don't go out in the open ocean unless you're the last battleship or whatever, or there's another Roma on the enemy team. Because otherwise you're going to get outranged, and there's not a lot you can really do about it, unfortunately. But like I said, you can have fun in it. However, I wouldn't recommend it if you're looking to buy a tier 8 battleship, that's really, really good, because it's alright. That's what I'm going to say about it. It's alright. And I'll make a follow-up video to this once I have more games done in it. But so far right now, it's alright to me, but it's not worth the money really right now. If it goes on sale and you want to pick it up, go ahead. But I just can't recommend it right now in the state that it's in. So that's my second video on it. I'll probably make a third when I get up to like maybe 50 or 60 or 70 battles in it. I really have a really good feel for it, but that's the drive I'm getting from it now. So if you like the video, leave a like, subscribe. If you don't like it, do what you gotta do.